Shalom Yasharala. Before you go into this lesson, we give all honor, all glory, and all praises be to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakodash. We give double honor to the apostles and prophets and elders of James camp, better known as Great Millstone, for the bring forth the 100% truth that have been currently edified under. Shalom to the elect, Tabernacle of David, and I am Roberta Zaria coming through this lesson. And the reason why we are going to this specific lesson because it's the athlete's foot. And many people take athlete's foot as a joke, but it could tend to get as serious as you don't understand. This is why my aim is to go through it and give examples of these symptoms you may have been going through with your feet at the point in time. So before we go into it, we are bringing forth this information for you. So my advice is to take notes, because this could be you going through a symptom, not even aware that you might be in danger. So that's why scripture says what Yahweh had created Salak. That's why scripture says what? Yeah, honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which he may have of him, for Yahweh had created him. For of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king. The skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration. It says, for Yahweh hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. So with that information being brought out, this is an information that's going to be brought out that's going to be tricky for those who are not aware of this. But for those who have accustomed with it, it's going to be easy to deal with. So I'm going to give simple remedies, complex remedies, and a foot soak, which would correct this pH balance as well as kill the bacteria in a short space of time for as fast as an hour. Alright? Right, so let's go into it. By the way, this is what athlete's foot mostly would look like. The beginning stages as well as the harsh stages of it. Alright, this is what athlete's foot would look like, to the point where sometimes you might even get what's called under your feet a boil or things of that sort. But this is what it looks like. So let's get into the information. This could help you to correct the situation over a period of time, which would now allow you to be in a better state than what you would have right now. So athlete's foot is a skin disease of the feet. It is a fungal infection. The fungal infection that affects the skin of the feet is athlete's foot. It may occur between the toes, soles of the feet, fingernails, and toenails. This infection is caused by a fungus called Tinea pedis. It is also known as ringworm of the feet, which is common for those that are in these harsh or dirted areas. Right? It's especially swampy or wet areas. For those who don't know, that is one of the reasons why you get ringworm, and that is also one of the reasons if you are in that particular area constantly, you're also going to develop what we know as fungus in your foot, which we just read is athlete's foot. Alright, so it goes on to say, it lives off the dead skin cells. It is contagious. It is easily communicated from foot to foot in the moist, warm places. It causes red and scaly skin. It may give rise to blisters too. The infected area may have burning sensations and itching. The fungus need moist, poorly ventilated environment to survive. It is transmitted from the wet floor by touching infected shoes and socks. Causes of athlete's foot: infected shoes or socks. Fungal infection, which is Tinea pedis. Warm, humid places like gyms, locker rooms, and showers and swimming pools. Tips to prevent athlete's foot. Athlete's foot is an irritating and painful problem, following simple tips will help you to keep your feet dry and healthy. Wash your hands with soap and water right after you come in contact with that infection. Wash your feet twice a day. Use a separate bath soap. It will protect you from getting infected. Do not share your towel with the infected person. Do not wear the same socks more than one day. Wash your socks in hot water as it kills the fungal spores. Keep your feet dry as long as you can. Consume immune boosting food such as broccoli, scallions, or omega-3 fatty acids foods. Do not wear shoes. In fact, wear sandals to avoid moisture. Always sprinkle your shoes with a Lysol spray or an antifungal spray every time you take off your shoes. Always wear socks make up of natural fibers like cotton or wool. So it gives you a proper direction which you could follow to help your situation to be better, right? If not treated properly, athlete's foot may cause cellulitis, lymphadenitis, poor hygiene, poor digestion, weak immune system, secondary infection, fungal nail infections, bacterial skin infections. A disease on the skin is the least important disease of the body. Treatment should cater to eradicating the disease from within outwards. Local applications of the steroids are not recommended, which is correct. So then we go on to certain medications you could use to rub the area, like tea tree essential oil. You have garlic, which you could consume. Take warm water in a bucket, add crushed cloves of garlic in it, and soak the feet for 10 minutes, which is a good one. For athlete's foot, prepare an infusion of ginger root, apply it on the affected area. As number 2, licorice for the appetite. I like athlete's foot. Prepare a decoction of dry licorice root, apply it in the affected area twice a day, as mentioned like one before. We also have echinacea. Prepare echinacea tinctures, add the tincture to your juice, drink it 2 times a day. That is internal. And golden seal, add 6 to 8 teaspoons to a cup of boiling water, simmer it for 15 minutes, apply it in affected area. SCC point, Epsom salt. Add Epsom salt to your bathing tub. Soak the infected foot in the tub at least for 10 minutes. Do as twice a day. Now we get into what I'm going to go into, and I wouldn't call it, I'll just bypass it. Right, we're going to go. Matter of fact, I just go into it. Coconut oil for antifungal properties of coconut oil. It says combats the fungal infections. It gets back the dead skins to normal, which is correct, 100% correct. So it says take 100 milliliters of coconut oil, add 2 teaspoons of glycerin and 4 teaspoons of rose water, beat and bottle. Apply on the foot twice a day. So I will stop right there, because the next remedy we're going to get is also given according to this holistic book, basically, for herbs for our people, to be exact. This is athlete's foot, or ringworm, which we know is a ringworm, basically. So let's get into the information here. It says black walnut and powdered akko which is the herbs you're going to use to brew and to drink. And then we have the foods which you're going to eat, which is carrots, collard greens, corn, dandelion greens, endives, mustard greens, locusts, parsley, peaches, pears, quince, turnip greens, and yam, right? Things of that nature which you're going to consume as a part of adding the herbs to get that internal and external cleanse. Now, what my remedy is, a direct remedy, by the way, for such like that is, firstly, a parasite detox, which consists of wormwood, black walnut, clove, blessed thistle, chaparral, power de aco, fennel, and neem leaf. And what you're going to do again, this one doesn't consist of boiling. You're going to add a kettle at 1.8 liters of water to a teaspoon per herb. And again, you're going to boil the water, and you're going to get a metal pot with a proper covering. You add these herbs to that metal pot. You boil the water in your kettle, and when your water is fully boiled, you're going to throw the water over, steeping method, throw it over the herbs all inside, and you cover it. That's going to steep the herbs and draw out the nutrients, and it's going to be very, very potent, strong in the taste and in the smell. You leave it there for at least an hour, and it's going to be dark liquid. Normally when you boil it, it doesn't be dark. This is going to be very dark liquid. Alright? With that now, you are going to be drinking a half cup 3 times a day. Right? We can follow the eating lines of what we see here, but I would say I would more recommend greens and fruits. 2 highly recommended things are greens and fruits. And this is what you're going to be consuming whilst you're drinking your parasite detox steeped. And then you're going to have another external compound, which we are going to use after you soak your foot. The soaking your foot would consist of Epsom salt, baking soda without the aluminum, and last but not least, your crushed boron crystals. You could get that, I believe, in a drugstore and certain herb stores. Boron crystals, or we call it borax crystals to be exact. Crushed borax crystals. You get your crushed borax crystals, and you add it to a foot soak, or you can add it to a tub where you're applying your baking soda, about a cup and a half, 2 or 2 cups of baking soda, along with a pack, I believe a small pack, or let's just say a cup and a half of Epsom salt, and then you're using the borax crystals. The boron crystals, these usually come in about a small cup, like about a portion cup, or at least a half a cup in measurement. So you're using all that inside there. You're also going to add what we know as hydrogen peroxide, 6%, into the water. Now, if you're not using a tub and you have a foot soak machine, you could use a quarter cup of baking soda, along with quarter of the boron crystals, along with half pack of the Epsom salt or a quarter cup of the Epsom salt. All right, and you're using, I believe, is a quarter cup. Here I will be in a quarter cup of the hydrogen peroxide 6%. When you soak your feet after an hour time, it's so good for an hour. After the hour time, you are going to see a major difference within how your foot looks and how your foot feels. I mean, you are going to be seeing less of this. If I may get it back, less of that fungusy vibes on your feet due to what is presented and what you have followed according to my remedy. And after that, you dry your foot off and you're mixing. You have to have it's 4 oils basically, but if you can't get the last one, no problem. 3 oils in case you can't get the last one. I'll call it 4, but 4 oils, 3 oils in case you can't get the last one. One is coconut oil. You add peppermint oil to it. Peppermint oil to it. One more time. You add peppermint oil to it. So coconut oil, peppermint oil, and tea tree oil. You're supposed to add one more oil to that, which is neem oil. But if you can't access it, you don't have to get it, because the coconut oil and the peppermint oil will do the trick. So you mix that together, and what you do, your portion, of course, once you have a high amount of coconut oil with the mint oil, right? So what you're doing is, and tea tree oil, of course. So you're taking some, place it in your hands, and what you're supposed to do after is you're supposed to warm it up by rubbing your hands together. All right. Once it's warmed up, then you apply it in the area of your feet after it's dried from the soak. So when you're applying the oil, you must apply it after the soak. Do that for about a week, 7 days, even about 2 weeks, and you wouldn't have to worry about athlete's foot ever again. Remember the parasite detox you are going to be taking, which is the internal aspect, and we do the external aspect as well. This is going to do the trick, and it's going to bring your foot back to normal. No pains, no fungus, no hardening of the bottom layer of your feet, no boils. Okay? And this is what we are here for. A direct remedy that works well with the your feet, no matter who it is. And the reason why I'm bringing this out, because yes, of course, I have tested this on 3 people, and they had the exact same results. Within a week time, their foot was almost perfectly back to normal. This is how I'm able to tell you now that this, what I'm telling you here, works. So, this is what we are here for. I am providing ease for your feet. I'm providing that remedy that gives you that ease. That scripture says, well, then give place to a physician, for Yahweh had created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. There's a time when in their hands there's good success, for they shall also pray unto Yahweh, that he would prosper that which they give for ease and for a remedy, which I'm doing to prolong life, to prevent you from going through a painful walk, a painful situation, which can be either avoided or fixed in a matter of days. This is what I'm here for, to ensure you know this, and ensure that if these things are happening to you, you could do the exact same thing and it would not affect you. You can get baking soda anywhere. You can get Epsom salt anywhere. You can get borax or boron crushed crystals anywhere. Anywhere. You can get coconut oil anywhere. Mint oils anywhere. So, again, if it's that easily accessible, you should not have to worry about having to go to the drugstore to buy certain steroids or certain rubs to rub on your foot, because at the end of the day it might suppress the situation, but when it comes back stronger. What are you going to use now? The same thing. It's not going to work. So this is my information provided to you. Take it how you need, but as I said, Yahweh had created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. This is why I keep telling y'all to write this information down. So, because it could fix your situation, it could help you, matter of fact, and it could even change your life for the better. All right, this is what we are here for, to provide that understanding so you now could apply it to your life and lifestyle and see the benefits and feel better, so that you would not have a hindrance, that you could continue to do the will of Yahweh Bashim Roshah, which is in heaven. This is also the reason why scripture say what? Wisdom and knowledge should be the celebrity of thy times. We are in that time. And having an athlete's foot in a time like this, where we may have to flee, is not good. Literally. So get these things in order. I myself had suffered athlete's foot already. I used to work for an oil and gas company, and where we would work offshore and on these vessels, and many times as it fly over, we get soaked, and we can't just take off our shoes because we are working. So 12 hours, 16 hours pass, and after a while we begin to develop them cracks within your toes, that bleeding and causing pain, and a fungus like feet. Many people who work very harsh, rugged jobs go through it. And what I used then, I didn't know about the parasite ducts cleanse then, but what I used then was the external part, as after soaking my foot in baking soda, Epsom salt, and boron crystals. Because back then we was getting boron crystals from the oil companies for free. For free. And what I did after was rub my foot with coconut oil and peppermint oil and tea tree oil. That's it. I then had neem oil, so I rub it with the tree, heat up it on my hand, and rub it until it's fully lathered before I go to sleep. And in a matter of the second day, when I got up, those same cracks and pains begin to disappear. I could have put my shoes in my socks and was happy about it. It didn't have no pains. I could continue working with ease now. And as I continue to do that, even though I'm getting soaked on a daily basis ever so often, and as I am changing that way that I do things, soak my foot, apply it in the area, it wouldn't get worse. It would only get better. Even when my foot gets soaked, it's not going to change the dynamics of it. You understand where I'm coming from? So because you already have an external part to prevent your foot from getting back like that, basically. So you see how the external will work. It will work. Along with the internal, it will work. So you have to trust in Yahweh Shem Yoshai. Write this information down. Try it yourself. If it worked for me, and it worked for 3 other people as well, come on. Trust in Yahweh Shem Yoshai. Watch it come to pass. That's all I can say. So I hope this lesson is indeed edifying. We say Shalom Yasharala. Kal Halal Yam Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakodash. We give double honors to the apostles and prophets and elders of James Camp. Better honors great mercy for the bring forth the 100% truth that I've been currently edified under. Shalom to the elect, tabernacle of David, and I'm Roberta Zariak saying to you, Shalom.